on this 2010 to 2017 Honda Accord with the 2.4 gas engine. B121A points us toward the climate control unit, watching the mode control motor circuit and seeing an open type fault. In plain terms, this is the motor circuit that helps move air delivery between vent positions. The customer may notice airflow not changing outlets correctly, or the system can seem stuck in one mode. Broadly, the possible fault areas are the mode control motor, the wiring and connector path between the motor and the climate control unit, or the climate control unit itself. The job here is to prove the circuit first, then make the call from the test results. Start by clearing the code with the HDS. Then cycle the ignition, turn the ignition switch to lock 0 and back to on Roman 2, or use the engine start/stop button to go from OFF mode back to on mode. Run the self-diagnostic function with the HDS or through the climate control unit, then check codes again. If the target mode control fault is not indicated after that, treat it as an intermittent. In that case, check for loose wires or poor connections in the mode control motor circuit. If the fault is indicated again, move into the circuit checks. With the fault confirmed, turn the ignition switch to lock 0, or select OFF mode with the engine start/stop button. Disconnect the climate control unit 32P connector and the mode control motor 7P connector. First, check continuity on the MDDP/ModeP line between the climate control unit 32P connector No. 12 GRN and the mode control motor 7P connector No. 2 per. If there is no continuity, repair the open between the climate control unit and the mode control motor. If continuity is present, that wire is not open. Next, check the sensor COM/SenseCOM line between the climate control unit 32P connector No. 22 blue and the mode control motor 7P connector No. 3 red. Again, no continuity means repair the open between the climate control unit and the mode control motor. If continuity is present, continue to the short check. Keep the ignition in lock 0 or OFF mode, with both connectors still disconnected. Now check for continuity between the MDDP side and the S5V side at the climate control unit connector. No. 12 GRN to No. 24 BLK. If there is continuity here, repair the short in the wires between the climate control unit and the mode control motor. If there is no continuity, those wires are not shorted together. So move on to testing the mode control motor. With the climate control unit 32P connector disconnected and the mode control motor 7P connector disconnected, measure resistance inside the mode control motor between No. 1 and No. 3 on the S5V and SenseCOM circuit. The expected value is 6K omega plus or minus 1. 8K omega. If the resistance is not 6K omega plus or minus 1. 8K omega, replace the mode control motor. If it is within that value, continue to the next motor movement and feedback check. Reconnect the mode control motor 7P connector. Before applying power, be careful here. Incorrectly applying power and ground to the motor will damage it. Follow the terminal setup carefully, and when the motor stops running, disconnect battery power immediately. Apply battery power and ground to terminals A and B, then reverse the connections. Terminal A is the climate control unit 32P connector No. 4 WHT. Terminal B is the climate control unit 32P connector No. 5 GRN. Also keep in mind that continuity between S5V and MDDP may disappear when the motor is turned to the stop, and the climate control unit usually does not turn the motor to the stop. Now measure resistance between the climate control unit 32P connector No. 12 GRN and No. 24 BLK. The resistance should change between about 0.6K omega plus or minus 1. 8K omega. If the resistance changes that way, replace the climate control unit. If it does not, replace the mode control motor. After the repair path is completed, use the same confirmation routine from the start. Clear the code, cycle the ignition, run the self-diagnostic function, and check that the target mode control fault does not return. The takeaway is simple. For B121A, Do not jump straight to a motor or control unit. Prove the opens, prove the short, check. Then let the motor resistance and movement feedback checks decide the repair. For more diagnostic training, visit Diagnostics.com.